Okay. All right, so now I said you could not have fractions within standard form, so we need to get rid of fractions. So one of the easiest ways to get rid of fractions is to distribute, okay? But if I distribute, I have to distribute to every single part. So if I look at this first one, what I want to do is I want to say, okay, I have this whole thing, and I want to multiply this whole thing through by a 3, okay? And so I can multiply each part of this by 3. Why is that going to help with 2/3? James?
Because it'll cancel out the denominator and it'll just be 2.
Very good. Okay, so I'm going to start over here and I'm going to get 3y equals, these 3's are going to cross cancel, so I'm left with 2x, and then I'm going to take the 3 to the 1 and get -3. And now it looks like exactly like those last ones. They're very similar, right? So I need to move the 2x over. So I'm just going to be exactly. Then it's going to be a negative.
So you have to divide by -1.
Very good. Yep. So you guys are getting this. All right. Very good. This is where I am, but I said I can't have a negative here. So like he was saying, I need to divide everything through by a -1. So I'm dividing all 3 parts by -1, so that my final answer is positive 2x minus 3y equals positive 3. Lots of algebra rules in there.
So a lot of math.
There's a lot of math.
It's not that hard.
But it's not that hard. I mean, I've taught you all the pieces you need to it. All right.
Everything together.
It is. It's putting everything together. All right, let's look at number 2. What do you think I need to do on this one? Multiply everything through by?
-2.
Okay, now, some of you are going to see this quicker than others. I would recommend, unless you're just like, nope, I already see it, just multiply through by 2, because you know you need to get rid of this 2. That makes it a little bit easier. So 2 times y will make this 2y equals 2 times -1/2 will give you -1x, or just -x. And then 2 times our 5 gives us 10. Okay? Then now I need to move the x over. So all I have to do is plus x to each side. And now my x is positive, which is what I needed anyway. So now I have x plus 2y equals 10. And that's it. Yay. All right. Last one to look at on this page before we switch over to something else. Okay. I'm trying to think how, probably what I would do if I was looking at this one, I would probably multiply this here by 2, and I'd probably multiply this side by 2. Okay? Because if I do that, that allows this 2 and this 2 to cancel out. If you distribute, you're going to have 3 over 2, which is fine also. So you can either choose to distribute or choose to multiply both sides. And I'm sure your question is, well, why am I not multiplying each part? Or some of you thinking that. Because this one, these 2 are being added. What operation's here? Multiplication. And you can multiply in any order. So I can multiply 1/2 by 2 and then have the half gone. Okay, so this side would be 2 times y, which is 2y, minus 18 equals this 2 and this 2 cancel, so all I have left is x minus 3. And now it's just a matter of getting things to the right sides. So I would probably do this in like, I'd add 18 here, and I'd subtract x here. So then I have a negative x plus 2y. This side I'm adding 18. So I have an 18 and a -3, which is 15. And then I need to divide everything through by a -1 to switch this sign. So this is going to be a positive x, a -2y, and a positive 15. Oh, it should have been a positive 15. Yes, thank you. So it should be negative. Yes, it's positive 18 and 3. Okay? All right, let's look at the next part of this, and then we're going to spend some time practicing at the end. Let you just kind of practice these skills. All right, so we are going to, and I'm sorry that's a little tiny. All right, so this is right standard form, and we're going to go through the point 0, 0, and we're going to have the slope of 1/3. So if you're taking notes on paper and not one note, standard form. And we're going to go through 0, 0, and a slope of 1/3. Okay, so I always think, I usually go back to slope intercept form because that's just the form I use all the time. But what do we know here? We know a point and we know a slope. So what should we go with? Point slope form. Okay, so we're going to put it in point slope form and then we're going to transition it into standard form. All right, so we're going to go, it's pretty simple, but I'm going to write it out. Since this is going through 0, 0, we have y minus 0 equals 1/3, and then it's x minus 0, right? Like that's the point slope form, lots of zeros. So we have y equals, and then we're gonna, well, this time I think I might just distribute here, just to see something different. Okay, you see what I've got so far? Does that make sense? Okay, now I need to move this over here, and I need to get rid of the 1/3 or the 3. So maybe I could multiply both sides here by 3. So multiply by 3, multiply by 3. So this is going to be 3y. My 3's over here cancel, and I'm left with an x. Now what do I need to do with that x? Move it over here. Or, actually, what if I do this?
Take the y over there.
Yeah, what if I take the y over here?
Perfect.
Okay. Now, what do I have left on the left-hand side? 0. There's 0. 0 equals, and then over here I have a positive x minus 3y. So all I need to do is make this look like standard form. X minus 3y equals 0. That's it. It looks funky to get 0 when something equals 0, but that's okay. All right, last one to look at on this slide. So I want to go through -1, 0, and my slope is -2/3. So I know a point, and I know the slope, so I might as well plug it into point slope form, which is reviewing for your test tomorrow. Okay. All right, so y minus 0 equals -2/3 x minus -1, which is going to make it what? Positive 1. So I'm going to change this to +1.
Is it okay if you already do that when you already have to show that it's negative?
No, I was just showing it in case you needed it.
I didn't know if I had to test
No.
it.
No, on test you need to switch it to the just +1.
Okay.
All right, and then we don't want -0. So this is really just y equals. Does that make sense? We don't need -0. All right, what would you like me to do first? You want to get rid of the 3 first? You want to distribute first? Or get rid of 3 first?
Get rid of the 3.
Distribute first and all of 3.
Okay, and it doesn't matter. You can do it really however you want. So if you want to distribute and get rid of the 3 or get rid of the 3 from the beginning, it doesn't really matter. I think I might just get rid of it from the beginning so I don't have to mess with it. You don't have to. So this would be 3y. These 3's are going to cancel, and I'm left with -2 and then x plus 1. Now I don't even have to deal with it. So I'm going to distribute now just to -2. This is -2x minus 2. And now it's just a matter of getting the 2x to the other side. So I just need to add 2x to both sides. So I have 2x plus 3y equals -2. And then some of you are like, why do we need standard form? The next lesson that I teach you tomorrow is going to be all based on word problems. And I'm going to show you when you want to use standard versus when you use point slope, with when you use slope intercept. So it'll kind of show you each part. You have quiz tomorrow. So we'll be doing a lesson along with your quiz.
Is it just in front?
Yeah, it's just a quiz. Quizzes are short. Okay, I want to spend some time practicing. So look at this first one where I said write in standard form that goes through those 2 given points. What do you have to find first? The slope. And then after finding the slope, you would put it into point slope and do the exact same thing I just did a second ago. It just has one extra step. Okay? All right, I want to spend the rest of the time practicing. So I want you to grab whiteboard supplies. I will